Hello boys and girls, welcome to this presentation. In this presentation we're going to talk about 3.2 area or surface area of prism. Now in question 3 here, which of these solids look like right prism? Now we understand the meaning of right prism. It means that all cross sections of a prism from the beginning to the end are at a right angle to the length of the prism. Now, let's take a look at these prisms. Now, in question A here, or number A, we have a triangular prism. We can see that the triangle here looks like it's at a right angle here. And even the last one is at a right angle to the length. Now, when you look at this prism from the side, it's going to be like this. Let me make it good. It's going to be like this. So, if it's like this, and every cross section of the prism is at a right angle to the length, which is this one, each cross section you take is at the right angle. Now, if each cross section, for example, here, 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 any place here, each cross section of the prism itself is at a right angle of the prism or the length. For example, if I make a cross section here and here and here, all of them are at a right angle. So each cross section is at a right angle, which it's like this, yeah. All of them are at a right angle, even the beginning and the end of the prism at a right angle to the length. In this case, we call this prism a right prism, hence the name. Now let's take a look at another one. As we said, so A is a right prism. So we put a tick next to it, or we make a circle. What about B? As you see, B is a little bit tilted. Yes, B is a little bit tilted. So it doesn't look like it's at a right angle to the length. So B is not a right prism. Now let's look at C. Very good. Now when you look at C from the side, it's gonna be like this. We will have something like this and another one like this on the top. Yes. Because it has a pentagon like this, yes. Yes, like this. It's gonna look like this. So anyways, I'm sorry for not being accurate. I'll try to be accurate. Yes. Okay, it's gonna look like this. So each cross section of this prism is at a right angle like this. Yes. Okay. Yes, each cross section of this prism is at a right angle. So C is a right prism. Very good. So from looking at them from the side, you can see that A, C, and E are right prisms. The same idea, because when you look at them from the side of the prism in which the length here is considered, this is the length, yes, all cross sections of the prism have a right angle with the length. In that case, we call this prism a right prism. Now, this one for question A. Now, what about question B? What shapes are their cross sections? Now, when we talk about the right prism's cross sections, we can know the shapes from the beginning and the end of the prism. We don't have to imagine the cross section inside because it's obvious. For example, when you look at A, what do you think the cross section is? Very good, it's a triangle, it's here, it's obvious. So this triangle is the cross section of this shape. Wherever you go, you'll make a triangle like this. Yes. So wherever you cut or wherever you imagine the cross section, it's gonna be like a triangle. So the cross section of A is a triangle. Let's look at C. What do you think the cross section is? Very good. It's a pentagon. It's obvious because the beginning of the shape or the beginning of the prism is a pentagon. So each cross section will be the same. Same idea for E. What is the cross section of this shape? Very good. It's a trapezoid. Good job. So each time you go inside, for example, here, you'll make the same trapezoid. Here and here. So the same trapezoid will be traveling with you along the prism. So the answer for this question, each prism has a cross section of the same shape that begins with. And this is the answer for question B. And the others are not prisms because when you look at them from the side, for example, we take this shape, from the side it looks like this. I'll show you the shape. Because it's like a pyramid with a base, with a square base and a square roof or top. Now from the side it looks like this. Now when you look at the first shape, which is this one. Now look at the angle between the length. We said this is the length. Sorry. Now look at the angle between the beginning of the shape or the first shape and the length. Is it a right angle? No, it's not. It's not a right angle. It's less than a right angle. Same thing for the last shape and the length. Now this angle, is it a right angle? It's not a right angle. It's less than that. It's an acute angle. Very good. So if the shape, the beginning of the shape and the end of the shape, or the end of the shape has an angle less or more than the right angle, it's not a right prism. In that way, you can't call it a right prism. And this is how you tell right prisms from non-right prisms. I hope you understood it. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.